S'mores are set up later in the evening. Generally, they'll light a fire. Here they use the fire pit, and there'll be a table or maybe one of these out there set up for you to put the supplies on. So it's really pretty simple. You'll need to locate your supplies, which are graham crackers, Hershey bars, and marshmallows. A lot of times the client will provide s'more kits in cute little bags as favors. So you just put those in a basket or something just to set it on the table. These s'more sticks, the trick is that they've got to be soaked. You only have to soak this part because that's the part that the marshmallow is going to go on over a fire, and we don't want them burning the sticks, we just want them toasting the marshmallows. So about 30 to 45 minutes before the time that this is supposed to be open, you need to find a container. These dispensers are great as long as you've got them leaned up against something so the weight of the s'more sticks doesn't cause it to fall over. But just fill it up with water, put them down pointy end first into the dispenser, let them sit for about 30 minutes, and then you can take them out, kind of shake them off, and display them on the station. I've seen them laid this way. I actually tied this napkin on one time because I was desperate to find a way to put them out there, and just simply leaned them up against the corner of the table. Then you just, swing by every once in a while, keep it tidy. Make sure that, wrappers are in that trash can, and that little basket that I had used at that pre-ceremony works great for trash from the s'more station as well. And then at the end of the night, of course, you'll break it all down, bring it back. Sometimes there'll be leftover supplies, I can't imagine why, to return to the client or send back take back to the kitchen, because the kitchen's long gone by then. Any questions about s'mores? No. Well, that brings me to my third part, believe it or not. Sparklers send-off, everybody's favorite. This is becoming less of a trend, but it's still happening. This is something that during the night at some point you need to locate if you're going to be a sparkler send-off assistant, as it were. You need to locate your sparklers, the sand buckets. Sometimes we use tiki torches to facilitate lighting. Just find out where those are. You need to unwrap all of the sparklers, or as many as you think you're going to need. Put them handle side down into the sand buckets, and then just position them back in the drop in a neat place, because about 15 minutes before it's time for the sparkler send-off, you're going to grab the click stick lighters, put those in your pocket to light the sparklers with, or the tiki torches, and then you're going to go around to wherever that spot is that they're going to exit from. Position the sand buckets with sparklers where the guests can get them, and there's usually 2 people involved in this, so one person can stand on one side of the doorway and the other person on the other side. Pick up some of the sparklers and just hand them to people, and then encourage them to get in 2 lines to sort of create a runway for the couple to go out. And then when that moment comes, somebody will give you the high sign and say, hey, it's time. Light those. Beware, there's always that one guy that wants to light them all way before it's time. So put the kibosh on that and say, oh, they're not ready yet, so we're waiting. So then when it's time, go ahead and light them, or encourage them to use the tiki torches. They'll generally start lighting them off each other's, just naturally going down the line. You then step back, grab all those unused sparklers and get those away, either at the drop or just get them away, because the sand buckets are afterwards going to be used to put the spent sparklers back in, and somebody always tries to put one that's still lit in there. So you don't want that sending off all the other ones that haven't been used. Once you have finished and everybody hopefully has grabbed their stuff and rolled out the door, then check the ground and make sure that people didn't throw them on the ground instead of using the sand buckets. The best way to dispose of those is to find that box that all of the sparklers came in and put the spent ones in there. You can put the unused ones back in the sleeves that they came in, and either give those to the client or send them back to the shop, because they can always use them for another event.